This is a topic that's probably proper frightening enough to be on the main channel, but I wanted to spice some things up over here. So if we're going to be talking about human development, well, how does technology play into this one? Well, we got self-replicating little robots that can live in your body and, yeah, do some repairs in there. So yes, the event horizon is approaching, my friends. Swarms of tiny living robots have discovered the ability to self-replicate, reproduce, through the process of gathering single cells and assembling them together to form new organisms through a unique process not seen until now when plants or animals scientists say, sweet. That's great. Now, researchers Sam Kurgman, Douglas Blackinson, Michael Levin, and Josh Bongert at Tufts University, Harvard, and the University of Vermont created the life forms called Xenobots. Okay, in 2020, of course he did, using stem cells taken from an embryo in the African clawed frog. Awesome. Xenopus laveus. All right, so we're going to have literal frog people. I love it. Unspecified cells that have the capacity to evolve into different types of cells are known as stem cells. Thanks, Chief. Researchers scraped off living stem cells from frog embryos and incubated them without manipulating their genes in order to create Xenobots. Xenobots aren't technically robots. The best type of robots, not technically robots, but they are. Which are commonly understood to be constructed from inorganic matter. No, don't worry, they're just cyborgs, okay? But are named as such because of their ability to act on behalf of humans, according to the researcher Bongard. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. These frog-celled life forms are less than a millimeter, 0.04 of an inch wide, and undergo a lab conditions that have been observed moving around in their environments, working together in groups with and self-healing. Great. Research have now discovered that these creatures can self-replicate as well as through an entirely new form of biological reproduction. Awesome. How long out before I can get my own venom suit? That'd be great. They find and combined building blocks into self-copies. Here we show that a cluster of cells, if freed from a developing organism, can similarly find and combine loose cells into clusters that look, move like they do, and that this ability does not have to be specifically evolved or introduced by genetic manipulation, according to the research article. Awesome. Nothing frightening about this at all. Formation of Xenobots. When the stem cells are placed into a saline solution, they form into sphere-shaped clumps of approximately 3,000 cells, around half a millimeter wide. The clumps are covered in cilia, hair-like structures. Same shit. Same stuff. Whatever. That you find within your gut. It's just yeah, like it says, little hair that helps with absorption. It helps Xenobots move, propelling the cilia in an oar-like motion, according to the article. Xenobot clumps, when placed in dishes with disassociated stem cells, work together to gather loose cells into piles, which then form new Xenobots in a process known as spontaneous kinematic self-replication. Literally just random movements that create new life. Weird. In short, progenitors build offspring which become progenitors. Cool. How are you controlling the self-replication? That's what I want to know. Each reproductive cycle produces slightly smaller Xenobot offspring, eventually ending in clumps of less than 50 cells that can't swim or replicate further. Okay, so that's the control group. If they could only get around that pesky little feature, I'm sure that's coming. So how are they going to implement this into Skynet? Oh, I'm sorry, using AI. The researchers made the use of artificial intelligence and tested billions of potential Xenobot shapes that maximize replication rate. They found that C-shaped clumps are most effective at gathering loose cells, as the mouth collects and moves cells more easily. This algorithmic improvement resulted in Pac-Man-shaped Xenobots, reproducing for generations, twice than spherical shaped Xenobots. That's weird. Don't like to finish a circle. That's odd. By manipulating the shape of the parents, you can make a better shovel to move more cells, Bonger told New Scientist. Interesting. According to researchers, Xenobots and their newly discovered reproductive mechanisms can be utilized in various ways. For example, gathering microplastics in the oceans or inspecting root systems. Awesome. Cool, that's only going to be the only place where it stops, right? I'd much rather have them used for, I don't know, maybe cleaning up different surgical wounds or repairing specific muscle tissue issues. But yeah, no, if you just want to go ahead and use them for that instance, that's fine. Nothing ethically weird about that. Regarding concerns of self-replication, yeah, I'm pretty concerned about that, but there's other things to be more concerned about. Scientists said that the experiments were regulated by ethics experts. Oh, okay, cool, because we all always know that they're on the up and up, and that living organisms were contained within the lab environment. Oh, okay, cool, that's sweet. Ethics experts, they're like, oh, okay, cool, just keep it in the lab, and there's nothing weird about that. If they knew how to tell collections of cells to do what they wanted them to do, ultimately, that's regenerative. That's regenerative medicine. That's the solution to traumatic injury. Yeah, exactly. Birth defects, cancer, and aging. That's, yeah, pretty sweet, actually. All of these different problems are here because we don't know how to predict and control what groups of cells are going to build. Xenobots are a new platform for teaching us. You should probably work on something less creepy. You should probably look on something that looks less creepy, because that's just weird. That's very weird. But yeah, it's quite a scientific breakthrough. And it's something that, if, you know what, hey, properly harnessed, yeah, it could be a great boon for society. And quite a substantive medical breakthrough. It's something I couldn't really work into any of my main channel topics, but I thought it was just a fun little detour away from just, regular talking about supplementation and exercising. Why not technological breakthroughs in the healthcare industry? It'll eventually be used there, but this is just the first step, and it's a very promising first step at that. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.